M forces her 25-year-old son to live with her. I worked with a guy who's about years older than me. I am 20 at the time, so he'd have been about 25. Still lived at home with his parents because mom wasn't ready to let him go. He had a 9 p.m. curfew and always had to have permission to go over to a friend's house. I was nice to him because I felt bad for him, and I guess in his mind, that meant we were friends, so I got to know him slightly better than you would a standard co-worker. He did have a learning disability, so M got has a concern about me, but he wasn't retarded or slow. He was a fully capable adult. The first time I met his mom, I knew there was no hope for this guy. She constantly controlled his every move. He couldn't eat certain foods because they'd give you gas, or I don't think you'd like that anyway, and he wasn't allowed to do anything without her permission. He had his license, but she drove him to and from work. She even ended up getting a job in the same building, though a different department, and I suspect it had nothing to do with carpooling to save gas money. Last I heard, he finally was able to get his own apartment, but I still see them around town together. I never see him on his own. She'll even go with him to the bathroom at the county fair. And I'm 21 now, so he's gotta be around 26-ish. He still works here and his mom is still controlling. Entitled mom ruined that guy, and he's gonna be so screwed if she kicks him out and leaves him behind. Can't the poor guy just tell her to get lost and leave him alone? I mean, if he's fully aware and capable, then surely just telling her to fuck off and walk out would work. Unfortunately, this level of indoctrination of mommy knows best has been ingrained into these people from a young age. It's difficult to separate themselves when they've been rendered incapable of doing anything on their own or for themselves. This is how narcissists take and hold control. I only recently came to the realization that my mom was manipulating and controlling me. My reasoning for it was that she's my mom, why would she lie to me? I know it seems like a no-brainer, but it was really deep-seated in me that I had to help and protect my mom because it was all I knew. Emotional manipulation can really fuck you up and cause you to distrust everything. And it sucks because we know for a fact that something is wrong, but pulling away from the abusive person is much harder than just telling them to leave. Often, when you're in the midst of control and abuse like that, you don't know better. He's lived like that his whole life, so to him, it's normal. When kids are little and trapped in situations like that, they learn to get along with their unstable parent to keep themselves from harm. It's a defense mechanism, even in emotional abuse situations. And once a pattern is ingrained, it's really hard to get away from it. And the thing is, if it's emotional abuse, it's harder to know you're being abused. People know they're in danger when they're being hit. Subtle emotional abuse is harder to recognize and therefore harder to escape from. Just as damaging though. Sometimes it's codependency too. He may not know how to function outside of her control. So he may be like this until she dies, which is insanely sad. I had a classmate in the technical school, age 19 plus, whose mom ran her whole life. She couldn't make even a simple decision without asking her mom. Her mom disapproved of some of her choices and the next semester she dropped off. Apparently she still lives with her parents. I can only imagine her life nowadays. Zero life skills thanks to letting her mom live her life for her. Can't imagine any relationships either. Probably every date will end with a zealous mom screwing things up. Every now and then there's someone saying I can't possibly understand what it's like to have children, which is partially true, but I can also say I've observed how bad things can go wrong if you never let go, which is what seems to happen with most helicopter parents.